Some of your very young days that you battled through some road hockey games, some pond hockey games, and all to play in the Stanley Cup Finals, right? Now it's real. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and you play those games to win it, not just to get here. So it's a great opportunity, and I think a lot of us feel pretty fortunate to have it. It's not something that happens too often, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Marc, when you came back off of injury, you weren't handed the #1 job again. You had to fight for it. Tell us about that.
Well, first, I think I didn't really fight, but I think our team was doing great, and the team kept winning even if I was there. I wasn't there, and when I came back, I just wanted to come back and play and help the guys if I could. And everything went well from there.
Sid, you've been in big situations before, whether it be World Juniors and whatnot. You've been in big spectacles before, but this is the Stanley Cup Final. It is the biggest. What's the challenge like of separating all the hoopla and the media responsibilities with getting ready to play the most important hockey of your life? How do you kind of go about trying to divide those two up?
You know what? It's not too difficult. When you have this great of an opportunity, and you realize how far you've come, you don't want to waste it because your focus is elsewhere. And I think for me personally, I try to draw on those experiences, like you said, and see what worked and what didn't. But the main thing is you just got to focus on what you have to do and try not to change anything.
Sidney, I know that you're also still a big hockey fan, even though you play in the league and you've watched a lot of hockey growing up. If you could remove yourself from a second from where you are as a player, is this as good as a final in terms of the entertainment value and the skill on skill from both sides that you could have imagined this year?
Yeah, it's a pretty good group for sure. You look at both teams and what they bring. You can look at the NHL awards and things like that. That's going to come up. You'll see a lot of the same guys that are in the series, I suppose. And the two best teams, in the playoffs are there, but at the same time, individually, there's a lot of players I think that are pretty exciting to watch. So it makes for a great series for sure.
Sidney, Kenny Holland a little while ago called you the face of hockey in the U.S. And do you find that sort of thing a little, I don't know, intrusive or annoying, something hanging over you, a responsibility you don't quite want? And at the same time, have you cut back on all of the other marketing type things people ask you to do?
As far as the face of hockey, I don't think I put pressure on myself to be that. I think I've always tried to be a good professional and try to be a good role model, but I don't think I let that hang on myself. I think there's a lot of great players in this league and guys who can bring excitement to the game right there. As for the media stuff, I think in a way I've learned to say no a little bit more. I think that's just something that I felt sometimes was necessary, and you need to manage your time sometimes, and that's been the case. I think I still realize that I've a job to do as far as trying to handle interviews and things like that is concerned, but I think I've cut back a little bit for sure.
Just following up on those last two questions, this kind of matchup could be the one that maybe captures the attention of people that aren't really hockey fans and they're just casual sports fans. Do you feel that this could be the one that really maybe launches the NHL into more people's minds and things like that?
I have no idea. I guess that depends on a lot of things, but I don't think as a player you can worry about that a whole lot. You do your best to help your team win, and I think that's where most guys' focus is. You can't control the other stuff. If that's the case, then great. That's great for the game and great for everyone involved. But now you're here to play hockey and focus on that, and that's really under control.
That's it. Back of the room. How you doing? A lot's been made of the differences, the average age, the 46-year-old Chelioses and the 37-year-old Lidstroms and the 20-year-old Sidney Crosbys in this series. And it's one of those things that gets focused on a lot in a Stanley Cup final. In your mind, does the relative age difference between the two teams matter at this point?
I don't think it does. I think we're putting a lot of thought into that. We respect their team, no matter if they had older guys or younger guys. I think we have respect for their team, but we can't control the fact that we have a lot of young guys. That's just the way it is. And we've shown, I think time and time again in the playoffs that in adversity we've responded well, and I think that's the main thing. I think that's what experience shows you, is how to react in adversity and new situations. But we've done a great job of doing that the whole year, so I don't think that's something we're really putting a whole lot of thought into.
Marc, Sid, Coach just talked about how you guys have never really been nervous heading into any of the playoff matchups or playoff games. Is always excited. What is it about this group that keeps you grounded and excited, folks, not nervous or over anxious due to the stage you're on?
Maybe because we're maybe a little younger, maybe we don't know too much what we're getting into, but at the same time, though, I think everybody, when we step on the ice, we're also very confident. As for myself, I know even though if I hit a bad goal in, I know my teammates will come back and get a couple, so I think there's confidence, it's been good for us.
Sidney, Crosby, Malkin, Datsuk, is that it? Compare the four, or the two in this case.
I don't understand.
Compare the game that you and Evgeny played to the game that Zetterberg and Datsuk played.
I'd say it's pretty similar. I think all four guys are pretty responsible players out there. We all obviously like to create things offensively, but try to be responsible defensively as well. So I think we try to use our skill and speed and hands, but I would say it's all pretty similar as far as those players.
Sid, as you sit here and you think it's been a week that you guys have had a chance to think about it, have you reflected on bus rides that you used to take? I mean, do you do those type of things? Reflect on past years of playing hockey and what got you here and all that stuff?
Not really. I think the more you try to prepare yourself for the situation, I think reflecting is more what you do after everything's all said and done. For me personally, that's the way it is anyway. And it's more just a sense of preparation and making sure you're ready and prepared for what's to come. But you just remind yourself that this isn't something that comes along all the time, and you want to make sure that you don't think because you're young it's going to happen every year, every couple of years, or whatever it may be. It's a great opportunity. You have to take advantage of it.
Gentlemen, if I